Couple really easy grinds to start with are nose grinds, 5/0s and 50/50s. This is because there's several grinds and slides you can access by only rotating your body and shifting your weight. The basic nose grind and 5/0 transitions work the same way. You need to squeeze the trigger or slide in your inputs into the position for that type of grind you want. Of course, you are limited to grinds and slides you can only do with that truck in that end of the board. If you're rotating too slowly for what you like, you can increase the grind rotation speed in the advanced settings menu. With the 50/50, you can shift your weight onto one foot, letting you change into a nose grind or a 5/0, as well as any of the variants as long as you use the relevant trigger as well. You can also rotate into board slides and lip slides by squeezing the trigger and sliding both of your inputs into the relevant position. A more advanced method is to pop between grinds and slides. This opens more possibility for grind combinations. I found the easiest grind to pop between was a 50/50 and a board slide. This gives you the maximum timing between grind inputs. As I approach the end of the 50/50, I completely release the inputs before reapplying them to ollie out. You need to be precise doing this. Any deviation will cause you to travel to the side. After completing the ollie, I release the inputs and then reapply them for the board slide. Providing you ollied relatively straight, you should enter the board slide. This is the basic method for entering any grind from a 50/50. Should that be a crooked, another 50/50, or a 180 flip trick into a switch Smith grind. Popping between nose grind and 5/0 variants is also the same, the inputs just need to be quicker. Take this nose grind to crooked for example. As soon as I've finished the nose grind input, I'm popping out and reapplying the inputs for the crooked. Something I like to do when doing these types of grinds is overextend the input for the second grind. I just find this helps get the little extra rotation you need to enter the grind. Nose slides to tail slides and tail slides to nose slides is where I like to use a bit of directional popping mixed with some rotation. This is because normal ollies tend to take you too far away from the object, as well as if you release the inputs and then do a normal ollie, you tend to travel over the object. What, don't get me wrong, is useful if you want to go into another grind or a blunt slide, but not so much when you're trying to do a nose slide or tail slide. As I release the tail slider inputs, I reapply the inputs for the ollie, but the back foot position is slightly higher than the original tail slide position. I also move the left stick up rather than to the left. Then it's just a time of adding a small bit of rotation and timing the input for your nose slide. All of these require precise movement, so if you're struggling with them, slow down a bit and really focus on what inputs you're using.